got a cracking keynote to end on. It's a real pleasure to welcome Elaine Zhuang from NBN Australia, National Broadband Network, to give us a 20-minute keynote on unlocking untapped tangible value from data and AI. So Elaine, a really warm welcome. Thank you, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the warm introduction. So it's really an honor to be here speaking to a group that is at the forefront of technology innovation and leadership. In a wave where Gen AI is reshaping the tech leadership landscape, the C-suite is now a crowded stage. CIO, CTO, then Chief Data Officer, Chief Analytic Officer, Chief Digital Officer, then the most recently, Chief AI Officer. But with this expansion comes complexity. The real question is, who is driving real business value? So now let's dive into a topic that's not just close to my heart, but also essential for all of us today: unlocking untapped tangible value from data and AI. So I'd like to start a little bit about myself. So I'm Elaine Zhuang. I lead strategy, transformation, and value delivery in the Chief Data Office at the National Broadband Network in Australia. So I like to say I'm a transformation architect by trade and by temperament. So my career has taken me from turning around struggling state-owned hospitality group as a chief commercial officer in China to advising C-suites across APAC at McKinsey, and now helping steer Australia's national broadband network through one of its most ambitious digital transformation. At NBN, we're not just connecting homes and businesses. We're reinventing what it means to be digital, data-driven enterprise. And my role is to make sure our big bets on data and AI actually move the needle, unlocking value, changing how we work, and delivering for customers at scale. So last year, we've tripled our delivery of data and AI use cases and unlocked over 70 million in value. But honestly, the real win is seeing data and AI become part of everyday decision, not just dashboards or tools, but real business outcomes. So today, I want to take you on a journey of insights, practical examples. And yes, I promise a few laughs along the way, because let's face it, if we can't laugh about the challenges of digital transformation, we may just cry. Now, let's talk about the new guest at every Exco table. AI, Gen AI, the latest agentic AI. It didn't knock, it didn't wait for an invite, it just showed up with a suitcase full of expectations and a very loud voice. It's a shiny new toy that has put data back in the spotlight more than any marketing campaign we've ever run. So suddenly, everyone becomes a data evangelist. But we all know the truth. Data isn't just having a moment, it's having a movement. Why is data so critical for AI? Because AI is only as powerful as the data it learns from. Think about AI as a Michelin star chef without quality ingredients, the clean, relevant, trusted data. It doesn't matter how good the recipe is. You will end up with a very expensive mess. So data is our company's most unique asset. It's what sets us apart from competitors. But more than that, it's a strategic imperative. It's not just about having the data. It's about having the right data in the right shape at the right time. That's when AI becomes transformative. That's when the magic happens. So realizing tangible value from data and AI isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. It should be the driving force behind our data and AI strategy. Because without it, we're just building beautiful dashboards that do not change business outcomes. But when we focus on value realization, we do more than improve our company's market position. We elevate our own leadership. We stop being seen only as a data guy and start being recognized as transformation leaders. And yes, my favorite, value creators. And if tangible value, it still sounds like corporate jargon, let's call it what it really is. Show me the money. So because at the end of the day, that's what we are here for. Turn data and AI into real measurable outcomes. So let me take you back to an early experience in my career. So 14 years ago, I was setting up the group sales marketing function to transform a state-owned hospitality group in China. I asked for daily occupancy data for all our hotels from the last 3 years. And let's say it was met with, enthusiastic resistance. People thought I was out of my mind. The feedback I got was hilarious. Why on earth you need daily occupancy data? It's too much work. Our business seasonal, monthly figure enough for pricing. I stood my ground and insist on getting the daily data, driven by an unshakable belief that there was gold hidden behind those numbers. So there I was, manually inputting data into Excel, hunting for correlations with holidays, events, weather, and any hypothesis that I could ever come up with. And guess what? I debunked the myth of seasonality. Instead, I unearthed that weekends and events are the real money makers. Armed with these insights, we crafted the first dynamic pricing model for the flagship hotel. The logic is straightforward. You just charge more when you're predicting high occupancy. And the results? A whopping 30% revenue increase within 6 months. This was my first lesson in squeezing tangible business value from data. The value can be quantified and tracked on the P&L to transform businesses. Intuition asks a question, analytics prove the answer. And trust me, there's no sweeter I told you so than a 30% boost in revenue. That experience taught me something fundamental. Data isn't just a reporting tool. It's a transformation engine. It's the difference between guessing and knowing, between reacting and anticipating. So fast forward to today, the game rule hasn't changed, but the playground sure has. We've swapped our shovels and buckets for the state-of-the-art machinery. Automation, especially with the rise of AI, has turned the way we interpret and utilize data on its head. So as we look into 2030, one thing's clear. The pace of change isn't slowing down. It's shifting into warp speed. We're talking about exponential advancement in technology, the expanding capabilities of data and AI, and the customer expectations that evolve faster than our quarterly roadmaps. What's needed now is a bold new vision for data and AI. One that's not just about dashboards or KPIs, but about everything, everywhere, all at once in real time. When and where value can be realized for optimized and commercially sustainable outcomes. And no, we didn't steal that from a sci-fi movie, although there is one. So what does it specifically mean for workplace in 2030? So it means that data is appropriately shared and utilized across systems, processes, channels to drive interactions. This data then can be easily converted into meaningful information through AI algorithm and automation tools. Then this information is transformed into knowledge by attaching context before often requiring expert interpretation, but now aided by machine learning tools. Finally, knowledge-based decisions and actions are embedded into business processes through automated workflows and AI-driven interventions, ideally in real time, to optimize business outcomes. It's like having a crystal ball, but one that's powered by data and enabled by AI. But here's a catch. While some companies are already embracing this vision, many are still stuck in the basics. In too many organizations, people don't know what data they need, where to find it, or how to use it to make better decisions. As technology leaders, we have a responsibility and the opportunity to change that, to move beyond the buzzwords and build a culture where data isn't just collected, but connected, where AI isn't just a pilot, but a partner, where digital transformation isn't just a program, it's a business imperative embedded into every decision, every process, and every conversation. So it's time we embrace the mindset of the super tech leader, as our job isn't just to develop technology, it's to integrate data, technology, people, and processes into a single value-generating engine. So super tech leaders are not just technologists, they're strategic visionaries and transformation partners. They speak the language of the business, not just the language of the stack. Their mission to drive enterprise-wide transformation and create measurable business value. So this business-first, value-obsessed approach means embedding ourselves in the operating rhythm of organizations. It means showing up not just in architecture reviews, but also in commercial planning, customer strategy, and frontline operations. Because transformation doesn't happen in silos. It happens in syncs. And yes, it's going to be messy. There'll be false starts, failed proofs of concepts, and occasionally, why is our AI model still recommending products we discontinued last year? But if we get this right, we won't just be leading data or IT, we'll be leading the business into the future. Let's get real for a moment. Prioritizing the right data and AI use case is hard. Like trying to find the perfect avocado at the supermarket. I tried yesterday. It's not about just grabbing the first one you see and hoping for the best. You need to squeeze a few, do the sniffing test, and knock on a few to see if they're ripe. This is what I like to call the so what test. So what kinds of use cases tend to have higher value? Spoiler alert, it's not static reporting or dashboards. Data and insights on their own are about as useful as a chocolate teapot if they are not embedded into your processes to change decisions and actions for specific outcome. That's where the real value lies. I'm talking about those use cases that can give us the highest net value after considering benefits, costs, feasibility, and risks, and the ones that actually make a difference, that drive change, that move the needle. So next time you're prioritizing, remember to ask yourself, is this just a shiny new tool or is it a game changer? Despite the hyping data and AI, did you know that nearly a third of CDOs and CDOs at Fortune 1000 companies don't believe in the long-term future of their position, according to the 11th annual survey released in January 2025. And 80% of those leaders continue to cite culture challenges as a key obstacles, keeping their organizations from realizing tangible value from data and AI investment. So in my recent presentation at CDAO in Sydney and Melbourne, a pool of over 1,000 industry practitioners highlights the most common roadblocks to achieve tangible value from data and AI. First, low adoption of the new tool. Second, inability to realize value projected in the business case. Third, slow time to market due to a large backlog. And fourth, perception as a support role rather than strategic advisor. So let's dive into some practical tips on how to overcome these 4 common roadblocks. Number 1, low adoption. You all know the story. Someone built a shiny new tool, launched it with great fanfare. 6 months later, it's sitting on the shelf like a forgotten gym membership. So great intention, but zero impact. Here's the thing. if we want our tools to be treasures, not trophies, we need to start where the value lives. That means engage the benefit owners who have the skin in the game and the process leads who can actually change the game early in the validation and planning stage. Think of them as your dream team, ready to take your data and AI ambition into business reality. And let's be very clear, a successful implementation plan isn't just a list of tech delivery milestones. It needs to be end-to-end roadmap that includes business process changes, needs to ensure adoption. Because if the tool doesn't fit into how the business actually runs, it won't run at all. It's not about enabling technology. It's about empowering transformation. And when we operate in this way, something powerful happens. Business leaders start to understand the true value of data and AI. Technology leaders start to speak the language of business outcomes, not just tech solutions. And together, we create the virtual circle: high adoption, greater usability, faster scalability, and shorter time to value. Roadblock 2. The value pool that looks like a gold mine in your business case, but turns out to be fool's gold once you start digging. We've all been there. The slide said 20 million uplift. The reality, a few confused users. A chatbot that confidently answers every question except the ones your customer actually asks. And the CFO who now avoids eye contact in the hallway. To address this, you need more than just a snazzy business case and a well-designed PowerPoint. You need to get surgical, starting by identifying exactly which parts of the P&L your use case touches, revenue, cost, or both. Then break down the value drivers to the most granular, quantifiable level, because you want to know exactly which levers you are pulling, how hard you're pulling them, and what kinds of outcome you can expect. This is where the value driver tree comes in. It's not new, but it's criminally underused in the world of data and AI. Now, think of it as your secret weapon for turning vague ambition into sharp execution. Here is an illustrative example, a chain protection use case. With a value driver tree like this, you can clearly show which levers your machine learning model will pull, how much impact it will have for chain reduction, which product it will impact, and how the impact translates into dollar numbers in your retained revenue. Suddenly, your machine learning model isn't just a black box. It's a business case with legs that even the most skeptical CFO will buy into. But identifying value isn't enough. To realize it, you need structure. That's where our end-to-end value realization governance framework comes in. Yes, it sounds intense, but think of it as your marathon training plan. It's not about speed. It's about staying on course and finishing strong. At NBN, we've used this framework to more than double the value of our data and AI-enabled use case within 12 months. And no, we didn't just get lucky, we got disciplined. The framework has 3 stages with a detailed checklist. Starting from top-down strategic due diligence, this is your ideal filter. Does the use case align with your strategy? What's your value impact? Is it feasible? What's the risk? And if you don't pass the test, it won't move forward. Second, bottom-up planning. This is where we ask, is a plan robust and bankable? Do we have the data, the technology, and the talent to deliver? Do we have high confidence that we can build solutions that will ultimately deliver value? If the answer is maybe, it's probably an on hold for now. Last but not least, value delivery and tracking. This is where the magic happens or doesn't. We implement, we track, we learn. And if something's not working, we don't wait for the post-mortem. We recalibrate in real time. Sometimes that means pivoting. Sometimes it means pausing. And yes, sometimes it means pulling the plug before the CFO does it for us. So this isn't just governance. It's value insurance. It's how we protect our investment, accelerate our impact, and build credibility with the business. So next time you're pitching a data and AI initiative to Exco board, don't just bring the vision. Bring the value driver tree. Bring the framework, and bring the confidence that comes from knowing you're not just in building technology, you are building outcomes. The third one, well, there's not a single organization I've worked for that doesn't face a prioritization challenge. It's like trying to juggle 10 flaming swords when you only have 2 hands. The logic is simple. If you can only get 2 things done at once, just focus on these 2, and you'll get through all 10 much faster. The difficulty is committing to this discipline and having the courage to say no or call stop when there's not sufficient value on the table. Remember, sometimes the most strategic move is knowing when to drop the ball. Now coming to the last. Well, let's address the elephant in the room. Your team being seen just as support function or even help desk rather than strategic advisor. You know the vibe. Your team just launched a powerful AI capability or game-changing platform. But the first thing you hear is, can you help me fix my dashboard? It's like being the architect of a small city, but everyone still calls you when the Wi-Fi drops. Here's the reality. If you want to be seen as strategic partners, not just people who automate the dashboard, we need to drive value realization like we're on a mission to save the world. I don't mean vague promise or theoretical ROI. I mean real, measurable P&L impacting value. As super tech leaders, our job isn't just to deliver technology. It's to drive enterprise prioritization, business integration, and value realization. Think of value as a cash or credit. You need to have a voice at the exec table. Without it, you're just another number cruncher or tech guy. With it, you're a game changer. So let's be honest, earning that seat takes more than technical brilliance. It takes storytelling. It takes influence. It takes showing how your data initiative doesn't just improve reporting, it drives margin. How your AI model doesn't just automate, it transforms CX. How your platform doesn't just scale, it unlocks new business models. Super tech leaders who succeed in this are business first, outcome obsessed, and fluent in both strategy and systems. We don't just enable, we empower. We don't just deliver, we transform, because we are not here to support, we are here to lead. So when you walk out the door today, there are 3 things I encourage you to consider. First, build your confidence in speaking the language of value. If you can't explain how your data and AI initiative drives margin, retention, or growth, you're leaving influence on the table. Second, start small, start now. You don't need a 5-year roadmap or moonshot vision to make an impact. Find just one use case. Nail it, scale it, let it become the proof point that builds the momentum. Because nothing sells transformation like a quick win with a clear ROI. Last, find your coalition of the willing. Transformation is a solo game. It's a team effort. So find your allies, the business leaders who get it, operators who are hungry for change, the finance partners who care about value outcomes. These are all your co-pilots. Together, you can drive the culture shift from enablement to empowerment, from support to strategy. And if all that fails, just remember, data never lies, but it does need a good storyteller. So if you want to continue the conversation, connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you enjoyed my talk, leave a 5-star review. Thank you.
We'll absolutely leave you a five-star review for such an exciting and inspiring call to action, Elaine. It's an absolutely brilliant way to end our day-long event here. So thank you. Absolutely, really enjoyable to listen to. Thanks very much indeed.